Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, my back's feeling a little bit better, so I think I can stand up and maybe do a random ranking. So what do you say we do that? Let's go to the movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Let's get to picking some movies. Maybe, I don't know. What's right here? Who knows? Maybe this one also. And then let's kind of keep it in the middle and see what happens. I don't know. Let's do whatever this film is. All right. Oh, come on. I don't feel like talking about that. I haven't even seen that one. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of talking about that one. Okay, that was a bad go. We're gonna give it another shot. Let's see what this does. Haven't seen it. Okay. Gosh. Have I even seen this movie in full? Have I seen all of Staying Alive? I can't remember. We're doing a bad job here. We're creating a new stack. All right, let's do this movie. And then this film right here. And then, ooh, is that a steelbook? Did I just pick a steelbook? Ah, darn it, I haven't seen it. So let's replace it with this. I don't feel like talking about that. How random is this when I put this many back? Okay. Let's see what we got. Fine. Oh, I think I even ranked this one not that long ago, but that's okay. First, we have The Theory of Everything. You know, I really liked this movie. I think I even at the time made it my favorite movie of that year. Probably not today after things have settled over time, but I'm still very impressed with Eddie Redmayne's performance as Stephen Hawking. I found the film to be very emotional at the end. I thought it was, it just had a great ending, great wrap up. And I think that is what like sort of sealed it for me. The problem is though, well, Eddie Redmayne, he won Best Actor here. And it's like deservedly so. He's so good in it. But also he was up against Michael Keaton for Birdman. And ultimately, as an actor, I'm not an actor, but like as, you know, an actor who was up for Best Actor, I would prefer Michael Keaton to win. And also, Michael Keaton knocked it out of the park as well. So here, this is a case where I think it should have been a tie. I would have loved for this to be a tie between Eddie Redmayne and Michael Keaton. But if I have to then pick one, if somebody's like, you have to pick one, what I would do is go for Michael Keaton because this is a biopic. Michael Keaton's is a completely invented character for the screen. That's something that I typically use as a, well, I don't know which one I want to go with. I then decide which one is an adaptation or, in this case, a biopic. Actually, this is an adaptation, isn't it? Isn't this based off a book that Stephen Hawking wrote? So, yeah, that's what I do. I'm like, okay, I think both of these are perfect, but if I'm only allowed to pick one, if one of them is an adaptation or a biopic, I get rid of it. And I always go with the one that is written for the screen. So, great movie here. I love it. I don't know if it's my favorite of that year still. I have to go back and think upon that, but I would most likely say it's not, but still, really enjoyed it. Next, we have Moulin Rouge. This was a great movie. This was up for Best Picture when was it Fellowship or Two Towers? I think it was Fellowship of the Ring, which I think should have. I think Fellowship of the Ring is the best in the trilogy. I think it would have been cool if it won, but here's the thing. If that would have won, I would have needed all of those films to win, or just the first one. Here's the thing. If you have a trilogy that you know is a trilogy and all of them are going to be nominated for Best Picture and you're going to have a winner there, I think you need either just the first one and no others, just the last one and no others, which is what happened, or all three. All three of those films, in my opinion, deserved Best Picture back to back to back. Back to back to back. I don't think there was a better film than those, each of those years. But they're not going to give 3 consecutive Best Pictures to Lord of the Rings. They're not going to do that. And the reason I wish they would have is because we have a situation like The Godfather. If The Godfather was just Godfather 1 and Godfather Part 2 and no Godfather Part 3, we're in a perfect situation. The entire franchise won Best Picture, right? Godfather and then Godfather 2. That is a perfect situation. But then Coppola's all like, I'm going to make Godfather Part 3. And then you have a movie that's not as good, but it's still part of a trilogy, and it doesn't win. So now it just feels so incomplete within the Best Picture thing. I feel like that's why you only need one or all. You can't have 2 out of the 3. Does that make sense? Anyway, Moulin Rouge was nominated, and I think it's a very good movie. If Lord of the Rings isn't going to win, maybe this is the one that I think should have won. Who was it up against, though? What did win? Was it like $1 Million Baby? What year was that? $1 Million Baby or... What? Oh, yeah. What? A Beautiful Mind? Was it A Beautiful Mind? Or Chicago? Was this up against Fellowship of the Ring? If my timing is correct here, these are my Best Picture winners. If my timing's correct, this lost to A Beautiful Mind, and A Beautiful Mind beat Fellowship of the Ring. Oh, I mean, I like Beautiful Mind, but sort of. I mean, I like it, but I don't feel like it should have won Best Picture. I think if we're not going Lord of the Rings, this should have won. I wish I could remember, but I really do like this. This is, I think, my favorite Baz Luhrmann film. Next, we have another Best Picture, not a winner, but a sequel to a Best Picture winner, because we got Rocky. Rocky, great film. Maybe you think Network should have won. Maybe you think Rocky should have won. You know what? I'm cool with Rocky winning. Why? You know why. Because it's the first in a franchise. And if it's only the first one that wins, we're golden. If it's only the last one that wins, we're golden. But if we have peppered, let's say Rocky 1 wins and then Rocky 3 wins, then we've created a problem. Or Rocky, 4 wins. Rocky 1 and Rocky 4, we've created a problem because the other ones aren't winners. The other ones aren't winners. Does that make sense? It feels like there's a hole. There's something missing. It doesn't feel that way to me, though, if the first one wins, because the first one can represent the rest. The last one can represent all that came before it. But little things in the middle can't do that, in my opinion. Anyway, Rocky 5. I felt like when I was younger, I just kind of went with, the commotion of not a good movie. But I don't know. When I was watching it in graduate school, I'd watched it quite a bit. And I was like, I don't know. I kind of like it. Only in America. Rocky's taking it to the streets. He's taking it to the streets. How are we going to rank these? you know, even though it was my favorite movie of that year, back in the day, probably not still, that's probably going to be number 3. And then I'm going to go Rocky 5 here. And then Moulin Rouge. I actually listened to the Moulin Rouge soundtrack today. That's funny. That's hilarious. I did that at work today. So yeah, I'm going to go Moulin Rouge. Very much love that film. Toulouse-Lautrec's in it. And then Rocky 5, Only in America. And then Theory of Everything there at the end. But my question to you is, have you seen these movies, these 3 right here? And if you have, let me know what you think about them. And if you've seen all 3, I'd love to know how you rank them. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.